I'm going to fold this in half, so let's fold it onto itself. I'm going to pull it down and make sure that the corner lines up. Do it that way. Make sure. Press in the middle. It's always best to do that, and you get a good fold. All right. Having done that, we're now going to score the thing. When you come in and score 4 1/4 inches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and one of those. So I'll make sure that I use my little. Now, as far as scoring goes, you can use, this is a scoring device that comes with a cutting tool, or you can use a paper clip, like so. But I'm going to use this device, which I bought from Amazon quite a while ago. So here we go. I'm going to pull it down, all the way down. Do it a couple of times, but try not to break through the paper, of course. That's done. And while it's still there and hooked up, what I'm going to do is just cut halfway on that. Now, simple thing to do here is to follow the line on the tab. All right, let's set that piece of paper aside for now. And now fold this up. Because of the score, makes it very easy to just line up the edges. And that takes care of that. That worked really well. Okay. So now, the tricky part is that this is all folded up, as you can see. Tricky part is take that corner and bring it over to there. So let's do that. So, fold it up. Now, this is what this looks like, right? Folds this way. Now we got a little bit sticking out here, which I want to get rid of. I can see where the fold line is, so I'm going to cut that out. Just so that it makes a nicer fold. There we go. That's good. Now, we fold this over itself. Again, as we've done before, it's already scored. And I got a little bit there I'd like to clean up. Get rid of that. And just get rid of it, actually. There we go. Now, let's take that scrap piece of paper. We'll set it there. Take the old glue stick and glue her up. Get rid of that. And then we'll just fold this over top of itself. And still got a little bit hanging over there, so cut that off. There we go. Now you open it up, and that's what you've got. Perfectly done. Well done. Okay. Next thing to do is we're going to cut this top strip off here. So bring that over. Now I'm going to cut just the other side of the line, a cut line there, because I don't want that line to show. Make sure that that's down nice and tight like that, and we'll cut it down. Whoop. Let's set this aside for a moment. Now, the thing to do here is to fold this in half. So align those two corners, outside corners up, fold it, and then fold it back on itself, like so. Turn it over, and fold that back on itself again, like, oh, hold on a second here, like that. Now then, we have a device that looks like this. Okay, I'm going to take the right hand side and back to my scrap piece of paper here. Right hand side, turn it over, and I'm going to put some some glue on that. That's good. Set that aside for a moment. Grab this piece, and I'm going to very carefully line that up at the corner there, make sure it matches it up perfectly. Done. Then we'll fold that in on itself like that, as you can see, right? I'll take the scrap and put it underneath that, put it underneath that little flap there. Take our trusty glue stick, glue it. Remove the scrap and fold the thing down and press it down. Now you got that nice. So take this piece of paper that has the stove on it, and we'll cut this piece out. I just do it freehand with a cutter. You don't have to be incredibly careful. You just make sure you get the tab. And that one. This doesn't take very long to do. Make sure that your scalpel has got a very sharp blade in it, otherwise the paper will tear. Okay, so now we got that much done. What I got done here? Whoa, missed that piece there. And just cut along the top. Now we have to fold this up, as you can see, like this. We've got to fold it that way. And then take a note on the dotted lines that are there. Those are your fold lines. So I'm going to take this, and I like to use a little see-through ruler. When I line the edge up with those dotted lines, pull it over. Now that's where this thing comes in handy. Once I get that done, I fold it, make sure that the crease works well, nice and sharp. Move on to the next set of lines, dotted lines, and do the same thing. Pull it up. By pushing this against the scrolling unit against the ruler, you get a nice sharp crease, is what we want. Now the last one to do is the tab at the base. So again, we line up the dotted lines, pull it up, so bend it over. Now that one has to go the other way around, but once you've got it scored, it works. So we've got those done. All right, so put that aside. Now we'll look at it here, and that's essentially what we're looking at. If you can see that, right? Your tab. Whoop, doesn't go this the other way. Go the other way. Sorry about that. And then this one comes up, and there we go. Like that. Okay, so we set this aside. Actually, I'm going to need a couple little scraps on there, so take that. So now, the first thing I want to do is put some glue, or some glue stick on that big panel, the top panel, like that. Whoops. And this gets a little tricky and fiddly, but what I want to do now is to line up the top of the panel and line it, or the panel for the stove, and line it up with the top of the place on the room. So it looks a bit like that. Now the only other thing we're going to do is put some glue on that piece. So I'll take a scrap and put it underneath. You want to be sure not to get glue on anything but that tab, or indeed the scrap piece. Put that in. Now, I found that it's fairly easy to do if you put it up like so. Put it up like so, and then I'll just take this so I can get in behind. I'll push it down. Rub it against it. And now we'll be able to fold the thing up. And there we go. The finished interior. Looks really cool. Now we move on to putting the outside on it. Now we can actually add the outside on all of these by just lining this up again on that edge, coming back here 4 1/4. Cut that off, like so. Get rid of that. Fold this in on itself, making sure that the tops line up perfectly, like that. And then we just glue stick it, like so, and very carefully set this in the corner like that. Glue it down. Do the same thing on this side. Inside. Fold this back over again. And now, whoops, that one didn't quite fit there. I gotta be careful there. Hope I didn't wreck it. But I have to be sure and fold this properly. There we go. Now we have an exterior.